Pause.
Listen, Manam, shout out to TSN. These are elite highlights. I think they deserve their praise because Fubo, you guys have been shaking it. No intro, like there's no build up to the game. You might click on the YouTube video and you might have already seen a shot in the first second. No build up, nothing, no story, bro. The audio's messed up. So TSN, when you do a good job, we shout you out. $20, affordable. Can't complain. And unlimited accounts for the people who don't know.
I did not know this. This is news to me. I did not know this.
They're not gonna patch it in 2 weeks. We're good.
Yeah, facts. No, football is crazy, bro. You know what's funny? Ace, you brought it up before. I might have commented on a couple of videos and be like, "Yo, here's my email. If you need some editing, look at the Sunday League videos. I got you, bro. We can fix this up. We can make this better."
100%. 100%. Fubo, show Arif.
Or anyone 1111. We got some good editing here.
Come on.
Why not, bro? All right. Big Fish.
Or Jeff, take it away.
Hi, this is Jeff Shreves telling you to listen to the 11 on 11 podcast. Trust me, it's a belter. Cheers from Jeff.
So Muadh, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So you want to give a quick description of where you were the last 2-3 weeks, and just build it up slowly, tell us about the flight, tell us about everything.
Honestly, so it's been about a year since we started planning this trip, me and my family, and we decided one day, we're just like, this is Messi's and Ronaldo's last World Cups in the Middle East in a Muslim country. We got to experience it. We don't know when it's going to come back or if it's ever going to come back, depending on how it went.
And it's not coming back.
And after a year of planning, we got 16 people, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we need to go on a trip for 10 days. And it was a great success, alhamdulillah, bro. It was crazy, though, because I don't know if you guys know, but Adil was injured, right? So he had the crutches coming.
Yeah.
But we were passing through every line in the airport.
I've seen the videos.
Going crazy.
Cheat code.
Going towards the stadiums. Yeah. Exactly. Going towards the stadiums, we're getting the golf carts for us.
That's how you guys were traveling like that.
Man, whoever's listening to this, next time you go to the airport, bring crutches. You will pass every single line. Every line. Yeah. They don't check for nothing. Just have a limp. And you're chilling.
Hold up, 16 of you, 15 of you guys were attending one injured man.
No. So traveling together was 8 of us, 7 or 8 of us. So also, because some were coming from the States as well, and then others were coming from either Ethiopia or going to Kenya after. So there's a couple people that were doing their own thing as well, right? But we were going through security like it was nothing.
Fire. So wait. How much were tickets, and how early did you have to get them? Because I think you told me, but I don't remember.
Yeah, tickets were ranging. Category 2 tickets. There's 3 categories: 1, 2, and 3. Category 2 was the middle. Of like price wise, it was around like 230 to 260 CAD Canadian.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
That's not too bad. Yeah, it's still pricey, but not too bad.
Wait, each ticket?
Yeah, each ticket.
But you guys got yours in like some crazy group deal for like 50 tickets or something?
Nah, so the first, when you were applying for tickets at the beginning, you could pick individual games or you can do a stadium series tickets. And when you get that, then you don't get to pick what like days you go. Because at the time, you still didn't even know who was playing who because the qualification wasn't even done yet, right?
True, because Ukraine whole thing, right?
Yeah. So they just gave us like a date. They just knew when the games were being played. And then once the qualifications happened, the draws happened, then we finally knew what we got. And then we got good games, but we also had some shit games too. Well, not shit games, but like I think we ended up getting like Senegal, Qatar at one point. So no one's trying to go to that. So we resold those, and then when people resell their tickets, they you can only resell on the FIFA platform as well, right? So then when they put it up for resale, we bought some other tickets like England, USA, Brazil, Serbia. We bought those tickets off resale. So yeah.
You guys are organized. What?
For real?
It was stress.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very stressful. Because you have people dropping out, and then like you have to fill in the holes and stuff like that. And it's just,
Yeah,
it was worth it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, wait, so you landed, How were like the stadiums? How were the streets? How was the vibe?
Oh, first of all, like it's when I got there, I felt like it was so like peaceful and everything was like
Mm,
just so nice that it was fake. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like
mm,
it just, I guess it's maybe because just like it's a completely different cultural shock or whatever, but it just felt so fake. Everyone was just so content. Everyone was like happy, like there was good vibes, and because of the World Cup, you know. But like it
mm,
was, there was nothing bad about it.
A big jump
mm.
from the Western world,
Yeah,
right? Coming from
exactly. Like you just you
Yeah.
can just walk around and like you can already maybe say you already have like a sense of brotherhood with like some next random man there. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
just
Mm,
I don't know
mm,
what it
mm.
was, but it was just amazing to be honest. The stadiums
Yeah.
were they were amazing. Shout out
Yeah.
to the one stadium that we didn't get to was Education City. That's the one that I wanted to go to. It was nice, but Lusail Stadium, massive. That's the
Yeah.
where we've seen Argentina, Mexico. That one is huge and
What's
just
the
crazy.
capacity there at the
80K,
stadium?
80K. That's
80,000. They
Crazy.
didn't fill it
yeah.
up. They didn't fill it up.
No, well, I
No
It
way.
did.
looked like it. It
Fam,
looked like
there
it in
Every
the
was
game,
videos.
and no, no,
every
not
game you
every
went to, it was
the,
full.
no, 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 not every game. The Argentina Mexico game, it was full. There was not a single empty seat. That game was
Oh my
crazy.
god.
But they also had like the section for like the Royals, the Qatari Royals and stuff. And those guys, they don't really come for the group
True.
stage matches. So you'll see you
True.
for that section, maybe you'll see like a couple empty seats, but
Yeah.
that game was definitely full. There, but
Yeah.
there were empty there were empty seats for like here and there for the other games though.
Yeah, I seen it.
Mm,
Like the more smaller games, like the Ecuador type games. No disrespect
Yeah.
to them. I noticed like it was like maybe 3/4 capacity, but definitely the Argentina, Portugal, Brazil games. It looked full from what I'm seeing
And
from my side.
when people say like it's so loud that you can't hear yourself think, I never really like got that. Like you know, like how can anything be that loud? But when I went to the Argentina Mexico game, those guys were crazy from start to finish. From start to finish, they were mental until Messi scored and shut up half the fans there. It was like you couldn't think. Oh my god!
Hold on, the
mm.
Argentinian side or the Mexican side, or
Both
both?
sides, both sides, both
Yeah.
sides. Yeah, yeah,
Nah, I hear a lot of good things about the Mexican side and how passionate they are. Argentina,
yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know.
No, no, I think
No,
Argentinians are crazy.
they are, but
Argentina,
half the
football's
fans,
a
half the
religion in
fans are
that country, bro.
yeah, but half the fans they were the migrant workers. To be honest,
Oh, really?
yeah. There was a lot of Argentina fans that are the migrant workers.
True.
So wait, how's it like outside the stadium? Because I seen in a video from I think it was Vuj. Shout out to Vuj. That guy, I think he went to every game so far. I actually think he went to every game.
Nah, it's impossible.
But
There's no way
no,
getting to
I
the
think
state.
I
Well,
think
there's
there's a
some
guy
games
who's
same
doing a
time, right?
challenge. You guys know
Yeah,
who Thogden is?
yeah.
That guy, he's
I see
doing a
that.
challenge where he goes to every single World Cup game.
At least, unless that guy has like VIP access.
No,
to
he's sponsored,
things.
sponsored.
Okay,
Sponsored.
okay. Then there's because
Yeah.
when you're leaving the stadiums, there's no way you can make it to the next game on time because it's just everything just gets jam packed. Unless you leave like
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes early, you're not leaving. You're there for another
Yeah.
like 2-3 hours.
Right?
Yeah.
Are the venues far from each other? Like, is Qatar a big country, or is it like all the stadiums like far across from each other? Because
The furthest one, yeah,
you
we
guys
went
made
to
like 2 games at one day, right?
yeah for the
Robert.
Canada, Spain, Costa Rica, and Canada Belgium game.
True.
Yeah,
How long would it take you in between?
So each stadium is around maybe like 40. They had a nice 40 minutes. Yeah, they had nice transportation in between both stadiums, all stadiums. The furthest one though is Al Bayt, the one that looks like a tent. That one's like closer to the desert. And that's the one that's like an hour, 20 minutes away. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. But the other stadiums are pretty close to each other. They're like a 20-minute, 30-minute drive, or like if you're taking the transportation 45, 50 minutes. So it's
Yeah.
not that bad.
I got a
So-
question for you, Muadh. Sorry, one second. So there's been a lot of talk, well, a lot of hate, obviously, with Qatar online. And one thing that's been brought up, especially in the beginning of the World Cup, was the accommodation where people are staying. People are saying they're staying in tents, whatever. Do you want to share your story and share your insight on
People were mad they had bidets.
that? Yeah.
Well, we got an apartment. We got ours pretty early, right? So we were chilling. Like we had room service, we had all of that stuff, house cleaning.
Wow.
There was sections where they were living in like containers, but the containers are very nice, and they were in like villages, like fan fancy villages type things. So they had like the in terms of what the media is looking for, it wasn't as bad as what they were saying. Like they still got everything they needed, and it was still best. Like everyone was still vibing. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But I can't really speak on the tents, like the people that were in like tents though, because I've never been on that side yet. Yeah. But everyone else, like the shipping containers and like the apartments, like everything was pretty blessed. Like we weren't struggling.
Yeah.
True.
So wait, were people really like handing out, like the locals, were they handing out food? Were they handing out drinks in the streets, like how I seen in videos?
Yeah,
Like,
there was one time
really?
we there was one time we went
Locals.
to locals. There's one guy one time a group of us went to one of the restaurants, and the man just sat us down, gave us free tea, free coffees, everything. He's just like, don't worry, it's free. They're very welcoming.
Damn.
Wow.
Very, very welcoming.
Wow.
Yo, believe me, we're not seeing that when Canada, US host the World Cup.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, you want some food? $5. Not even $5.
What do you mean? I'm already pissed
$20.
Off. They're gonna ruin the traffic. If I see a tourist
true.
driving with the car I know is a rental, yeah, I'm airing them.
You notice this is for locals like who live in the GTA. You notice they already started construction for the World Cup, right? Well, especially on my side of the world in Mississauga, it's been abuse. The 403 in here in Ontario, they've only doing construction because of the World Cup that's going to come in 4 years, and then probably take it all down afterwards. But anyways, I don't want to
They
get into
just
that.
started construction, finishing the BMO Stadium, right?
I don't know.
No, they're still undergoing construction. Still undergoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to add like another like 20,000 seats to make the minimum capacity that FIFA allows for the World Cup games.
Yeah. Okay,
Which is
Muadh,
pretty
question
crazy.
for you. Question for you, Muadh. Best game so far that you went to out of all the games?
That I went to?
Yeah.
Argentina, Mexico.
I also went to Portugal, Ghana. That was a good game, but I'll be against Argentina, Mexico.
Hey,
Yeah.
according to reports, someone said you hit a Sue.
I didn't listen. Okay, Art.
Sources.
Listen. I can appreciate greatness. I'm not like you. I don't have like tunnel vision. I can appreciate greatness.
So you say you celebrated.
This is woke. This is very woke.
100%. I did 100%. I got to see your goal. Hit the.
I just wanted you to get that on
You said
record.
it
I
all
wanted
right.
you to get that on record. Khalas. I got you on the podcast. That's it. I got
It's
you on
okay.
record admitting.
It's okay. It's okay. I can proudly admit it. You were at home watching it. I was in the stadium watching it. That's your goal. I also don't listen, guys. I also don't-
You got cooked.
Listen.
Hey,
After
hey.
watching both groups play, I don't want to hear any.
Listen,
Go
man.
ahead.
Listen. I
Let
heard
more
this-
land.
I have video of Maz hitting Sue.
Let more land,
Arif.
Arif. Let him land.
Go ahead.
No, I said a question. You were celebrating Ronaldo beating Ghana?
No, I didn't watch the game.
No, you weren't happy Ronaldo beat Ghana.
I was.
No, I wasn't. I was supporting Ghana.
I was. I don't care.
I'm just fact checking.
Yeah.
You didn't sue.
I'm
You didn't sue. You didn't sue.
I messaged Sue. I'll message her. Capital Sue. That's about it. Listen, I was on the target.
I don't know, man. Your agenda, has been kind of crazy with Argentina. I'm just curious if you celebrate
listen.
against Ghana.
Portugal had black players. I've seen only black players on that team. So, brother, we can't.
Just asking.
Listen, I'm being nice right now. Don't get me started, or I might get censored again.
All right.
Okay.
One more thing about this. After seeing both Ronaldo and Messi play, I don't want to hear any conversation about with anyone that hasn't watched the game them play. If you haven't seen those two players live,
Oh, look at this guy
I
turned to
don't wanna hear
elitist.
it. I don't care.
What the
I don't
hell?
care.
No.
I've seen those two players
I want
live.
to hear this.
I've seen those two players play live. If you haven't watched them play live, I don't want to have a debate with you guys. I don't care. I'm done.
So this is
unbelievable.
No. Everybody, pause.
You sound like the guys who say you're not an Arsenal fan if you don't go to Arsenal games. That's what you sound like.
Let me talk. Well, you know I love you, bro. But question
I love
for
you
you.
too, man.
Wait, what year is it?
2021.
Are you sure? Good try. No. This is the problem, wallahi, with your generation. Wallahi. You guys are sick. You have the audacity to judge a player on this stage of his career? No. Stop this.
No,
Wallahi, shame on y'all.
I'm not joking.
Wallahi, shame on y'all. Wallahi, shame on y'all.
Ronaldo played well that game I went to. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No.
Don't say
Shame on
anything.
y'all.
Don't say
You
anything.
guys are the problem.
Maz,
You guys are
Maz, don't
judging
say
a
anything.
38-year-old man
Maz,
based
don't
off
say
his
anything.
career for this current season. This Manchester
Don't say
United fans
anything.
are judging him now. Crazy, man.
Arif wants to
Y'all
say
are
this after he judged Messi. Don't say
bias.
anything. Don't say anything.
Recency bias. It's okay, man. I know you. I know how you guys.
Arif wants to say this after he judged Messi all last year.
Shame.
Don't worry, Miles. Don't say anything.
We know
It's
the
changed,
listen,
it's
listen.
changed now. It's changed now. Last year when he was judging, it changed
Okay,
now.
okay, guys.
Boys,
Yeah, let's say anything.
boys,
Let's move on.
boys,
Let's move on.
Go to the
listen.
messenger
Man,
app.
Listen,
man.
Arf, we've had this discussion a
shame.
million times, and I'd love to continue it. But I just have one last question for Muadh before we move on to a World Cup talk. Who was the player that, with the eye test, surprised you the most that you've seen, or who stood out to you, other than like the big names, Messi, Ronaldo? Is there anybody who you've seen play live? You'd be like, bro, every time that guy does the ball, he's sick, but I didn't see this before, or maybe you've seen it before, but you didn't know like how sick he was till you seen him in person.
Mbappe. Not gonna lie.
No,
That's
no,
kind
no,
of,
no.
but if
Not
you
a brand name. Not a brand name.
name?
Not a brand name. Anybody?
I'm thinking,
What is it?
Pedri. Does that count?
Mm.
No,
That's a
see,
brand
what
name,
is it about him?
technically.
No. That's a good one. What is it about him?
I went to the Spain Costa Rica game, and he was just everywhere. That guy was doing everything that like you needed him to do and more. It was crazy. Like here, I'm watching in the seats because like some people got to understand when you're in a stadium, the lower seats are garbage because you're not really seeing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're too low, you have to go like a little bit higher up and like in the corner or like middle, so you can actually see what's going on, like bird's eye view type thing. And I seen that, and I'm looking at him. I'm just like, yo, this guy's unbelievable.
Really?
He's unbelievable, man. Trust me, that guy's unbelievable.
Did you guys go to any Germany games?
Some of us went to Germany, Spain. They went to that game.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know what the Musiala eye test was like, because it looks great
Yeah, I
on
didn't see
TV,
him.
but I want to know if it's better in person.
Yeah, I wish I got that game, but yeah, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you guys want to move on now? I think the best place we go to is the home of Africa, England.
That's crazy.
Debatable. Debatable.
No, I'm referring to how many black players they have. But
France too, man.
but yeah, England beat Senegal. Generational game for all the youngsters. 3-0 win. I don't know, just a great game, great performance. Muadh, do you want to start on your opinion of Southgate that you've told us quite a few times?
He's still shit. That's not changing. I said round of 16 or quarters if they're lucky. Senegal,
Yeah.
they're playing a beat up Senegal team without Mane. Come on, and Koulibaly had like 5 mistakes. If you're watching that game, he did not have the best of games. But yeah, like this wasn't. He finally played Foden. Finally, after everyone, literally the entire world, is begging him to play him.
Yeah.
He had no choice. It wasn't even finally. He had no choice.
had to.
Sterling
He
wasn't
had
there.
to.
No. This was the lineup that you play so you don't get fired, and it worked.
No, Sterling wasn't there. He had no
He was
choice.
injured, right?
It's either him or Grealish.
Which doesn't make sense. If you see the way he played against Wales, like he was so dominant, it doesn't make sense not to start him, especially on the left wing, which I feel like was the weakest position. And I mean, you could say right back to this
Let's
World
be
Cup.
honest.
It
If
was
Sterling
Cam.
was there,
Cam was
he
the
wasn't
weakest.
starting. And the Cam was definitely the weakest. And part of it is Henderson came in, I think, in place of Mount, and he's more defensive.
That surprised
I think
us.
it's made them better.
Yeah, I would agree. Honestly, I don't see anybody really going toe to toe with that midfield and coming out like very upfront. Just because we're so physical, we have the pace, we have two controllers.
I was just about to
we.
say, man said we like 7 times. What's going on?
You speak French, or you're part of this team? What's going on?
This is called this is what the TikTok kids call manifestation. I'm getting Bellingham to Arsenal, but yeah, no. There's a lot of control in that midfield, which I think it was lacking when we had what's his name, Mason.
No, it was unbalanced. You could say when Mason Mount was playing, it was unbalanced.
That guy, he just runs around like a headless chicken.
Not in the Iran game.
I mean,
Come on. He
bro,
played well.
Yo, you guys are hating on the fact that you have to understand Bellingham was playing so far forward, Mount was playing so far forward, it was unbalanced. Henderson brings stability to that midfield. He goes forward, he has experience, he knows when he needs to go forward, he knows when he goes back. Like he's the perfect third midfielder for Rice and Bellingham to do what they need to do.
Yeah,
I don't think Henderson can repeat what he did today, though. Henderson is not that consistent type of midfielder that can bomb forward consistently, make tough runs, work hard. Like, he's not at that stage of his career right now, and there's a reason he's on the bench for Liverpool this season, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, but honestly, I think the commentator said it best. This is a mix of youth and experience, and that's what you need in the World Cup. You need the energetic guys who are gonna run for you and try new things, and you need the experienced guys to keep things, centered and help you see out the game. So I don't think anybody was calling for Henderson to start. Anybody.
Yeah.
And Southgate did it, and it worked. It felt safe, but it was actually kind of risky because if he gets Hendo wrong, the media will flip. He gets it right, and no one mentions it. So you have to give credit to Southgate, and the one good attribute he has, which is also a negative, is he changes things out. Like he's not stuck to a formation. If the media pressures him
Southgate?
enough, yes, he does
No,
change
I
things up.
disagree, bro. I
No,
disagree.
I think he does change this.
This guy was so rigid in his 5 at the back for the longest time, and then he changed it at the beginning of this World Cup.
Yeah, but
no,
that's a
in the
positive.
Euros. In the Euros, he played 4 at the back.
That's
But
a
no, he played 5
positive.
at the
though.
back in the Euros.
He switched it up. He played 4 at the back
He was
a couple
so rigid.
of games.
Bro, he was rigid with 5 at the back.
No.
Even against Italy, it was 5 at the back. He was rigid with it,
I think
bro.
it wasn't. No. It's just, but the thing is, the lack of midfielders at the time. You didn't have a Jude Bellingham then. You didn't have a guy who was. No, he was playing 2 CDMs before then, and they were playing 4 at the back. I don't know where this 5 at the back came from in the Euros.
Bellingham just wasn't playing, but no, we do have to say Southgate is more flexible than most other international managers. That's a fact. Enrique will never play 3 at the back. Never.
Sometimes, like we mentioned, Luis Enrique, he's very bold. I think Gareth Southgate is very bold with his choices. I think he's very stern. Like he doesn't give in with media pressure. Like, yes, he doesn't give in.
Oh no, what are you talking
Harry
about?
Maguire, everybody was trashing him. He said, "No, that's my starting center back. He's my best center back in my team, and he's going to start every game for England." I think everyone in the world did not want to see Harry Maguire put on an England shirt, but Southgate was very determined to put Harry Maguire. And let's be honest, he's looking good. He's looking very good this World Cup.
Looking great.
Harry Maguire. Yeah, just saying. It might just be a Manchester United thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm seeing great things from that guy right now. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Muadh?
Sorry,
Muadh. I was just gonna say shout out to Pickford. That save at the beginning of the game, it was crazy. Yeah. If he never saved that game would be a lot different.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I literally had in my notes, like, I think Pickford has been underpraised a lot this World Cup. And I know I was the one that was calling out for Ramsdale to start, maybe a little biased, but Pickford's been great.
Yeah, side note, like, because if you go to these games and you go like very close, the TV doesn't do them justice. These guys are jacked. When I tell you, they're not.
That's what I was saying.
They're not.
That's what I was saying when I went to Arsenal. Harry Kane is a monster. Am I right?
Yeah, it's John Stones too. These guys are crazy. I looked
they're tall.
Yo, they're monsters, bro. They're monsters.
Bro, Muadh, when we went to the Canada USA game, I thought Tyler Adams is like pinched, like skinny, tiny. Yeah. He's jacked. I was like, where did this come from? No, I was really impressed.
Forget, these guys trained 5 times a week, every week. Yeah. So, shout out to them, taking care of their bodies. But just last thing on England for me, Foden, what a player. What a player. He changed that game. Like, he had 2 very key assists, and this is his first start too. We're seeing what he could do. And hopefully, I hope he continues to play him there. But in the later rounds, when it gets a little bit sticky, I want to see Harry Kane do more. I do.
Okay,
hold on.
Can I interject? Go ahead, Mo.
I think Harry Kane's been playing underwhelming, but I want to see Harry Kane show up and show that he's one of the best strikers in the world. I've seen glimpses of that this game. I thought he played a lot better, but I want to see him do even more.
I just want to say,
I'm not calling it a negative, but go ahead, Mo.
I understand your adoration for Foden, but I don't think he was standout in this game. Bellingham, I think, by far was the best player in this game.
Oh yeah, Bellingham was the best player. Right? Bellingham was man of the match.
And I'm just harping on Foden. I think Rice and Kane were the next best players.
I agree.
I'd say Foden and Saka were fairly similar in this game, to be honest with you. I wouldn't say either one of them stood out, but they did a good job. They did what they're supposed to do.
Foden stood out more than Saka.
But even still, I don't think it was anything notable. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't something I'm like, wow, Foden. Like, be real, I didn't see that. I looked at Bellingham and went, wow, Bellingham. Then Kane did a lot of things that, like, it wasn't. Foden didn't catch my attention.
No, I hear that. I think this is coming from me not seeing him play as much, and now when he plays, he gets 2 assists. I thought he had an okay game, a good game, and 2 assists. You can't argue with that, especially in the knockout rounds. So that's where I'm coming from, but I do agree with you. But like on my Harry Kane point, do you guys
I disagree. No, I don't. And I've been seeing that a lot after the USA fixture, where I think English media was just trying to find something to talk about, and they kept bringing up Harry Kane's performance against USA, which wasn't good, I'll be honest. But this World Cup tournament, they were saying he was underwhelming. I completely disagree. I think he's been just as good as he has been for Tottenham this season. He's been very good. I'm not saying he's been the best player in the tournament, but he's been very good for his country. He's been excellent. How many assists does he have? I remember that pass to Foden in Wales today.
But Art, forget the stats. He was the best player in the tournament before. That's why he should do that again. That's what I'm asking for. Because I know he could do that. He's been good, okay, but that's not Harry Kane. Harry Kane is great. Liban called him the best English player of all time for a reason. This is when I need you to show up. He showed up this game. That's great. Let's continue it. I'm not judging you off a moment. I want to see consistency.
No, but the thing is, the underwhelming.
This is what I asked for KDB from. This is what I asked for Lewandowski. I have to stay consistent.
Yeah, but the underwhelming is a little too far. And I do think a lot of people are reaching and just trying to find something to talk about with some negatives with the English squad. And Jack Grealish brought it up. He was like, bro, English media, like with this English squad and Southgate, like everybody's just trying to find a reason for something to talk about. Like any slight negativity, they're going to bring it up, make a story about it, headlines, da-da-da, that's it.
They're not on the same side.
Funny. I know it's kind of an off pivot, but that English media is disgusting. I don't know if you guys noticed the when they beat Iran 6-2. The cover.
Oh yeah,
Jurgen was Grealish, bro. Tell me that's not weird.
I didn't know that.
Very weird. Very weird.
Last goal wasn't that as he was the cover star. Shout out to Grealish. He's one of the man. I'm not even trying to say anything about Grealish, but fam, Saka had 2. Rashford I think had 2. Bellingham was I think man of the match. I think that game too. It's just odd to me. But anyways, English media just disgusting.
Yeah. One last thing. Ace Saka still best right wing in the world because you've been getting a lot of hate about it. A lot of hate.
There's a guy named Lionel Messi. So I think it's a perfect pivot to talk about him.
I don't consider him.
He's not a right winger.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, I mean, fair enough.
No, but I stand on that. I promise you, I didn't say that like joking. He's the best. Maybe best is harder to argue because stats, everything. You could say Mo Salah, whatever. But there's no other right winger in the world that I want more than Saka.
On form right now,
I don't care.
It's a good argument. Yeah.
I don't care if this was last year. I don't want another right winger on my team other than Saka.
You can't say last season because there was a guy Salah balling out before Christmas.
I don't want another right winger on my team who's not named Saka.
I think Ace already said it before. It's a subjective opinion in that like he prefers Saka over everybody else, which I'm not gonna be mad at. If you want Saka, that's fair. I'm not gonna be mad at it.
Yeah. No, the comparisons are Dembele, the comparisons are Salah, and people say Messi for some reason who barely plays right wing, right?
I mean, for club, no. I think for country, starts to the right wing a lot and then kind of just drifts around.
No, walks around. Let's make that correction. But
no, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you've been watching.
We'll get to
Muadh. Ask Muadh. He watched him live.
Listen, he walks around, but he walks with purpose. And if you see him when he's walking around, he's always scanning the field. Ronaldo does the same thing. He does the same thing.
I'm not doing that.
No. Muadh's right though. Muadh's right. Ronaldo does the same thing, but Ronaldo gets pressed. Mo brings up pressing stats last season.
He said Ronaldo doesn't do the same thing. He said Messi scans the field, Ronaldo doesn't do the same thing. That's what I just said.
Yeah,
I heard that.
He's always when you see him play. I have a video clip of him. When you watch him, every time the ball is passed, that's not even towards him. Anytime the ball is passed, he's always checking his corners, left, right, center, everything. He knows where everyone is at all times. That guy's the goal.
Okay. All right, but there's 2 different positions here, right? And I don't see people. Anyway, I don't want to make a Messi Ronaldo thing, but I don't hear people complaining when Giroud does it, and he still scores goals. But let's move on.
He does what? Wait, what?
No, he does the same thing that Ronaldo does as a striker. Anyways, we can move.
You don't know what you're doing.
So you're comparing Ronaldo to Giroud now.
No, because you guys like to bring up pressing and running around.
No, but you realize how much, bro. This is your GOAT, and you're comparing him to Giroud.
Hey, you guys
check your mirrors. Look at the comparison you're making.
Okay, check your mirrors. And when you start praising Giroud, it's okay. All right, we'll bring it up later.
All right, you're in big trouble.
All right, so Ronaldo's at the caliber of Giroud then.
Oh my god.
All right, let's move.
Hey, you see what he did? I'm not even trying to do it. He's thinking the whole.
Argentina. Let's talk Argentina. All right, let's talk Messi. Let's talk. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I start? Great game for Messi, but
yes,
there's no but.
I love
there's
it.
No but.
I love
that. Clip that.
You guys think I'm mad? I told you guys last game. I want to see this. I didn't want him to get knocked out. I wanted him to have a great game because this is what great players do. I'm not a hater. I'm not an enemy of football. This is Messi, bro. This is the last.
His first knockout
going on here.
His first knockout goal. Yeah, bro. This was great to see. He had one of the best games I've ever seen him play in recent memory. Let me say that. In recent memory, this is one of the best games.
Could have had 2 assists.
And then
Martinez is playing against him.
He's the next Higuain, man.
Martinez is playing against him, and let me just say this: Alvarez is an elite striker. Elite striker.
100%.
Elite
That's
mentality,
amazing.
hungry. He reminds me a bit of Alexis Sanchez. mixed with like Aguero.
Yeah.
I
He's
think that's my
mini Aguero,
comparison.
man. That's his nickname.
Bro,
Yeah,
how
but
much does City get him for? Like 10
There's
mil
It was
or
like 10.
something?
It was like 10 or something.
It was 10.
was
It
not
was
10.
like
It was
some
not
cheap
10.
release clause or something. I swear it was. Bro, I'm kind of mad that he's at City too, because I feel like, I don't know, just because Haaland's there, it might hurt his potential of playing a lot of, playing and developing as a player, because the potential
21
there,
million pounds. Go on.
21? It's still fairly cheap for a guy with that type of potential, and we've seen that potential in a world stage now. Like, it's kind of scary, but I don't know, man. I'm scared.
He has
I'm genuinely scared. And another fun fact, we're not, United, again, Haller, you guys missed out on him. Apparently United, where Ragnick wanted him, and he was pushing for that deal, and United said no. But yeah, just wanted to bring that up. But go ahead, sorry. Off track as usual.
But yeah, no. Messi, great game. And big shout out to Emi Martinez, man. What a keeper. That save at the end against Australia. Kuan, he did his best. He got contact. It wasn't an easy chance. He had to twist his body and get the shot off. Martinez came up big, because if that goes into extra time, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing. That, like, my issue with Argentina is like how I know how good they are. I had them winning the World Cup, but these games are a little too close for my liking. Like, I'm really unhappy with my pick because I'm not too sure. Like, the way these games are going till the 90th minute, these close leads, is depending on your younger players to score late goals. It's very, how can I put it? It's like Tottenham. Like, you're getting the performances are somewhat there, but not really. But you're getting the results, which is the good
I
thing.
thought the performance was there, bro.
I disagree, bro. I don't think they're there. I don't know.
Bro, I think they just
It's
fell
not
apart
convincing
at the end of the
enough.
game. That's all it is. I think they kind of fell apart at the end of the game. I think part of the World Cup in general, I think a lot of teams are taking, like Australia example, Costa Rica, Japan, like those. I think South Korea even. Like, I think they're back in the day, whatever World Cup 2000 or whatever. People are looking at them and saying, these are easy wins, da da da. But I think now every team shows up. I think people are taking, like, underestimating these teams, and then when they show up, they're surprised and they're like, "Oh man, Argentina shouldn't be struggling."
Yeah,
oh man, we'll talk about it later on, but oh man, Japan top of the group, like that shouldn't be like. No, a lot of these guys are players now. Like, they play professionally, all of them.
Yeah, I think the gap between footballers is vastly decreasing, because
What do you mean?
before it was like certain players would just stand at the apex and there wouldn't be like anybody close to them. They'd have like their contemporaries, the people in their league, but other than that, nobody else was that close to them. Now there could be a guy second division like Martinelli or like Guendouzi or like Alvarez, who came from smaller leagues. They have the talent, they just haven't been found yet. So there's talent everywhere. I could see it with my own eyes. Even in Canada, there's talent here. Everywhere you go, there's sick players. And now that there's a lot more awareness, these teams are snapping them up and they're playing them in the World Cup. And obviously, they're going to produce, right?
Even I was sorry, I got to go back to Emi Martinez. A couple minutes before, like 10, 15 minutes before, you see the save Lisandro Martinez got, where the Australian player went through like 4 or 5 defenders, and then he came from the other side. That one was crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
He's a left back.
Yeah, I don't know why
He's
doesn't
a
start
left
him.
back.
I don't know what Scaloni's doing, but Lisandro needs to start, man, all the time.
I agree. No, he's
I don't
been
think
balling.
Otamendi's playing bad, though.
He's not. And he's kind of like, he has that Van Dijk role, as like the leader of the defense kind of thing.
But I think we do have to give a shout out to Romero at the end of that Australia game. He won every header, every single header. When the opposing goalkeeper,
he gets away with some stuff too. It's
I don't
like,
care how
there's
you
some
do it.
bad fouls. I respect it. Trust me. I
he's
respect
winning
it.
every header. He's not even that tall.
Yeah, but there's some things he gets away with that I think might cost him later on. You never know, because he does some stupid things, in my opinion.
I think
like
he plays
really
bad
tackles in bad areas.
I don't think he does it without a head. He does it like in a very intelligent way. He knows what he's doing. He's an elite center back.
Possibly.
Elite.
Yeah. No, but Lisandro, I agree, Muadh. Like, he's been balling, and I don't know. There's something with the United defenders. Varane too. They're playing pretty well. Hey, Maguire too as well. And speaking of Varane, you want to move on to France and Poland?
Oh, but before we do, I just want to say, man, shout out to that Australian kid, the 18-year-old going to Newcastle. Cool. Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, he's going to Newcastle in January.
Oh, nice.
When was this announced?
But I think before World Cup.
Oh,
So
okay.
is the transfer window open now? I'm not too sure.
I think it was pre-done, but it's gonna go through in January.
But doesn't transfer window start in December 1st? I don't know. I haven't really heard much.
Maybe he was out of
No,
club.
it starts January 1st. Sorry?
January 1st? Okay.
Well, maybe Kwan was at a club or something. I don't know.
No, he's in the Australian league. He was in some Australian club.
Yeah. No, I'm saying for them to sign him before.
Yeah.
But
No,
Also-
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people like the Canadian right back. I don't know if you were going to bring that up, Sam Johnson. Like, there's a lot of people getting that vision now because they're in that big stage and they're getting those big contracts. But it does end up hurting some teams because I'll never forget. I think it was 2014 World Cup. Arsene Wenger saw Joel Campbell play for Costa Rica, play well, and then Arsenal absolute trash. But anyway,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
No, but the
He was
kid has a
horrible.
bright
He was
future, man. He's 18. Also, Sudanese. So shouts out to him.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
North Sudan. Wow. Good for him.
South, not north.
South.
Yeah. All right. France and Poland boys. Kylian Mbappe. In my opinion, the best performer in this World Cup so far. I know you guys got to bring up Messi. I think Mbappe's performance is
He's up
a
there.
lot
He's
more.
100% up there.
He's definitely top 2.
I think he's number 1.
I think he's number 1.
You can't.
Yeah,
you
I can't argue that. I can't
anything
argue
other than
that.
number 1.
Yeah, I
no
can't.
way,
You
man.
know what's nuts? He's already
No way.
scored 9 goals in the World Cup.
Yeah. He passed
Like history. His
Ronaldo.
past 2 World Cups.
He already passed Ronaldo,
Ronaldo's-
tied Messi,
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
and
How
he
old is
already
now?
won it.
Yeah, which is insane. And this is why I don't know if you guys remember when I made that TikTok video of France Mbappe and France Thierry Henry. And I already see what France Mbappe has accomplished at his age and is scared to see what he's accomplished 10 years from now. Because they could go ahead and win another World Cup. They could win it this one. They could win another Euros, a couple. And he's still balling, man. He could win a couple Champions League. Mbappe scares me, bro. Mbappe scares me.
Yeah. But you know what I don't understand? People, I understand you can't guard that guy, right? He's too quick. He's too shifty. He can shoot somewhat either foot, But you can't let him plant. You cannot let that guy plant his feet because the moment his left foot is set, his right foot's picking a corner. You have to be, right on him. Right on him, and then you have another guy behind you who blocks his right foot and another guy to block his left foot.
Yeah.
They need to defend this guy in a different way now. I understand he's playing left wing, whatever, he's isolated against the fullback, but no, you have to do a better job against him because he's going to tear you apart.
Yeah. Can I give a 101 defending advice to Poland? Because, brother, did you see the Poland manager going off on his defenders? Fam, you have a player like Mbappe. Fair enough. He's one of the best in the world. But man up, bro. Man up. Get in his face. Do something different. Poland, these, I don't know, bro. They just
Nah,
I think remember how no. Remember how the Saudi Arabian at the halftime speech, the coach is get on the players like, yo, you guys want to take a picture of Messi? I genuinely think these Polish players wanted to take a picture of Mbappe afterwards.
No, I think you're being harsh, and I'll tell you why I think you're being harsh.
No, bro. There was no intensity from the Polish players at all.
No, I'll tell you what. At 0-0, when Matty Cash was on him, he was doing the best he could, and he was doing well. Mbappe was quiet. Mbappe was quiet. No, even he tried to take on Matty Cash a few times. Matty Cash got the best of him, right?
It wasn't just Matty Cash.
No, but then
talking about one player.
Hold on, I'll get to what I'm saying. What happens is France scores. They're 1-up now. Now Matty Cash is bombing forward a lot more than he was before. He's not just watching Mbappe. He has responsibilities to get forward. And then on the second goal now, he's out of position. Glick comes over, doesn't press him enough. He's not communicating with the other defender who should be getting his back, where they're just kind of watching. Neither of them stepped up. And I think that's because France had the advantage. So the guy that was on him, marking him, that was always in his face, isn't there.
You're bringing up individuals, my friend. You're bringing up individuals.
That's
I'm talking as a team as a whole.
Yeah, that was bad communication. But I think that's just Mbappe. That's Mbappe just being elite, bro. It's hard to blame the defenders when bro, this guy picked out top bins.
Yeah, easily. He had all the time to pick it out, just set up his shot. I've never seen that in a World Cup knockout game. Someone have that much space and time to literally set up a shot and go for top corner. He was comfortable. He was chilling. He's like, yeah, this is light work. I'm going to have this shot from here. I'm sorry.
The second goal, maybe I could try. The third goal, there's no way, bro. The third goal, they were on him.
Let me ask you, as a team as a whole, the whole Polish squad, this game against France, did you see any intensity like it was a knockout game?
This is how they've been playing.
I don't know, bro.
This is how they played against Argentina.
Yeah, and they got lucky. How did they get through? Based off goal differential?
This is how they played against Saudi. This is how they play.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't know.
The coach has come out even saying that this was them being more attacking. This game was them being more attacking.
Yeah. Anyways, as a team, as a whole, I didn't see it from Poland. I'm sorry, Damien. I was disappointed from that. I saw no intensity. I saw guys that were scared. They were scared to be on that pitch, and they were scared of that guy named Kylian Mbappe. They were scared of Ousmane Dembele. They were scared of Giroud. I'm sorry, professional footballers, in the World Cup stage, you got one chance to prove yourself there.
This is harsh. This is so harsh.
Nah, man. This is the worst performance I've seen.
They had the hardest group stage, and they go against Argentina first round. What do you expect?
I'm 28 years old. I'm turning 29 next month. From all the World Cup I've watched, this is the worst performance from a country in a knockout game.
You watch Brazil get smoked 7-0. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Arv?
Well, we're acting like Iran just didn't lose 6-2 in the same World Cup.
Don't say Iran. Poland's different.
No, but that's a worse performance.
They got like a Ballon d'Or nominee.
Arv, this is not landing.
Huh?
No,
I don't know.
This is not landing.
Possibly being harsh, but I just see.
Mbappe showed why he's one of the best in the world. And even if you stop Mbappe, you have to stop Dembele. You have to stop their top scorer in Giroud. You have to stop Griezmann, who's been on form. Theo Hernandez is run up the field like a boss. Like, it's such a hard thing to defend, bro. It's not like they're facing off against like Senegal or something, and you expect them to just perform and go toe to toe. It's like
it's not about performing. It's just show something. Show intensity. Show something. You're losing too. Yeah, after they conceded a goal, they said, "F it, we're done. Like let's just play back. Try a couple of things." Nah, that's not how you play a knockout game. Bro, it's life or death, like kind of thing. You have to play to try to win, do something different. Anyways, I don't know. I wasn't happy with what I seen. If I was Polish, I'd be fuming right now.
Who do you expect to step up? Who do you expect to step up?
Great question, Mo.
I'll let Ace take it from here.
No, this is for you because you're the one being harsh. Who do you expect to step up?
Listen, the way I seen Saudi Arabia play against Argentina in the second half, I just want a little bit of that from the Polish team.
Arf's a passion merchant.
That was it. Wasn't just Saudi. It wasn't just Saudi being great. It was also Argentina being lethargic.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of excuses for Poland just because they're Poland. I think Poland is a much better team than you think. And I expected
Poland barely made the World Cup.
So did Portugal. So did Argentina. They relied on the last couple of days.
All right, boys. Let's move on. Last game that we want to talk about is Netherlands, USA. Netherlands just showed quality, honestly. Pulisic missed a chance, but I didn't think he played too bad. I thought he was okay.
That play, the second goal, the Depay goal, that play was beautiful.
Yeah, liquid football.
Yeah, shout out Sniper. He was at the game. He's lucky he got to see that live. That was crazy.
I think he's staying until they win. Honestly, that guy's. Yeah, I think he's the only Netherlands fan that I know who was rooting for them from the beginning.
So he's leaving on Friday, all right?
Sorry, who has Netherlands facing Argentina?
Yeah. Ooh. It's a tough game. It's going to be a tough game.
Very tough game. Yeah.
I think
shout out to Louis van Gaal, man. Yeah. I love this for him.
I think he's undefeated since he came back as a manager.
How is every international manager undefeated? That's what I want to know.
Because you're playing teams like Honduras and San Marino and shit.
Yeah, bro. I don't understand it.
Since the Euros howler, like they've had a couple changes. Obviously, what's his name? The Dutch man that was Barcelona's coach. He quit to be Barcelona's coach, and then they switched to the next guy. Coleman, I'm forgetting names right now, but they've had a couple manager crisis, and then Van Gaal came in, chose the right players, right squad. They know their identity, and they're playing ball right now. They're playing good ball. I don't know about the Argentina game. I think Argentina will win that, but I don't know. They look good though. They look good.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah. Daley Blind does not age, eh? Like this guy's been through it. He's been through it. I think he had a heart issue and whatever, and he's still balling for Ajax and country, bro.
I think all that says is that pace and power leaves, but technique is forever, man. That guy just has technique and IQ. He doesn't have any outstanding physical characteristics, but he's played left back, CDM, center back at very high levels, Champions League levels, and been the best performer on numerous occasions. So yeah, shout out to Daley Blind.
Shout out Dumfries too. A goal and 2 assists. Crazy.
Yeah. What was guy? He gets a lot.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, he's been balling. He's having a good World Cup.
Take your moment, bro. Don't be humble, man.
I don't know if Miles, man. I don't know if you noticed, man. There's a lot of things I've said on the pod in the past that just quietly are true. Yeah. I don't got to mention it, but eventually people come around to agree with what I've said and just,
The real ones know.
I'm still waiting for my apology from Mateo. Just saying. So,
brother, he got minutes and lost.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
He got minutes and lost to Tunisia.
You're wrong.
I need
apologies. Exactly, man. Humble yourself, bro. I
Bro,
need an apology,
Yeah.
bro.
This isn't the argument you think it is.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone
Or if
knows. Mo's
you
been
have to
cutting
pick
off
what
segments.
hills.
Okay, I'm just
to pick
saying.
This
what
is
hills
not the
to
hill
die
to
on.
die on, bro.
Mo,
This is not
Mo's
it.
lucky he's editing, bro. He's cutting off parts
I'll
to
keep
make him
this
look
in,
good.
bro.
You
Well, I
better,
haven't
bro.
been. No, I'm just saying this isn't it. The bad played against Tunisia and lost.
Yeah.
It's not the argument you want to have right
That's
now.
it. You said, man. You, Omar Farag. Trust me, I have names. Anton Popov. Was Karan too? I think Karan too. You guys all
Is
owe me an
RFFC?
apology.
This guy's giving out the whole list.
Put
Has
out
a
their
black
gummies,
book.
bro.
This guy's a
Man.
black book, bro.
But
Bro,
I
I'm
think
a
last
legend.
thing on Netherlands, you could tell the plan's working when your fullback is assisting. Sorry, your wingback is assisting your wingback, and the other way around.
Mhm.
Like Blind to Dumfries and Dumfries to Blind. Something's working. They have a plan, and I want to see how far they go against a team like Argentina.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think they're kind of they're not gonna win. I think the USA played really well. I think they were lucky to kind of beat USA. To be honest, watching that game, I think the USA
think
midfield
so.
was better. I think Gakpo was just a beast, and Dumfries had to have the game of his international life. That
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but that's all it takes to beat a team in the World Cup. You just need two players to just play for their lives and have that game, and you win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's
In
move on.
Blue Lock, I believe they call this ego, egocentrism.
All right, we got
Blue
to.
Lock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Japan, top of the group.
Nippon.
Hectic last day.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I don't even know what's a bigger shock: Germany getting out of the group stage or Japan finishing on top.
Or Costa Rica almost finishing in for 3 minutes.
For 3 minutes, it was Japan and Costa Rica going through. Everyone was living that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
crazy.
You know how crazy it was, bro? My boss in the middle, I'm in a meeting. My boss in the middle of my meeting walks into the room I'm in and he goes, "Have you seen the score? Did you see the score?" I'm like, "Ah." I'm in a meeting. He's like, it's like, bro, just check the score. Like, in the middle of this meeting.
Yeah,
This
bro.
is great. And I did predict Japan going through. Let's
You
not
did.
talk about my other team predictions, but I did predict Japan going through.
You did.
Asian football's on the rise.
Yeah,
Asian
South
football's on the
Korea,
rise.
Japan.
Mo's
Yeah.
China take two. A lot of people love your take, Mo. A lot of people love it.
Bro, it's kind of racist that we're comparing China, South Korea, and Japan, but you know,
I said Asian. I said Asian.
Yeah,
I said Asian
right.
countries.
No, you know what the thing is?
I'm
I don't want to go on too long about it, but with the China thing, and a lot of people have been talking about it since you mentioned it, Mo. A lot of people would be like, "Yo, I'd rather take the Brazilian kid from the streets though instead of."
that's just biases though. But it is what it is, man. We're not here for that. We're here to talk about how Germany decided to show up on the final day for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had shown that same energy at the beginning of the game, they could have got like 7 goals. They could have got what they needed to get through.
Muadh, were you at the Germany game?
Nah, I wasn't.
Okay, yeah, the first 2 games, brother. I don't even know what to say. Even the Spain game, the Japan game, like that's. I know we already covered that, but this one, they finally look good, and obviously leave it to the last day. They're lucky they didn't finish 4th, in my opinion. Hansi Flick
Musiala
is
was
very lucky.
stepping. Oh my!
He's by
I've
far the
never
best
seen
player.
that guy ball like that. That guy, he was
No,
doing
Musiala has
mental
a problem.
things, but
Yeah. England
to
missed
get to
out.
the next level, he has to convert at least one of those.
I think to get to the
He
next level,
has to.
no,
He
I
has
think
to
part
score.
of
Cover
what he
one
has
of
to
them.
learn is he has to learn when to release the ball. I think he dribbles a lot, gets into sticky positions, and then just shoots.
I think
He
he
has to
puts
learn.
himself.
He has to pick his head up sometimes.
I think
see,
he's in
I
sticky
disagree.
positions, but he can get out of them. And
I'm not
then
saying he can't. No,
he
he's
does
elite.
something where he should lose the ball. He keeps it, and then that last point where you have to make the perfect decision, then it's harder. But
Yeah.
I don't really blame him for that. But I'm
he's
just
young.
more concerned
He'll
about his
learn.
finishing. Yeah,
Yeah.
not concerned.
The thing
but
is,
I would
like,
say he's finished. Yeah, go ahead.
the thing is, Germany looks so dependent on Musiala for most of the game, where your experienced guys didn't really step up, and you have like German legends like Schweinsteiger calling out experienced players, and you're saying a lot of the experienced players played like Bundesliga players. He called out the Bundesliga.
He said, "What do you expect from a team full of Bundesliga players?"
I mean,
He said,
That's
"We only have
that's
one
a crazy
defender." He said,
statement.
"We only have one defender that's better than Bundesliga quality." And he was talking about Rudiger.
yeah,
You know,
That's a crazy call out.
I know,
Yeah,
Is he wrong
But
though?
that's what I mean.
he's not
But-
because honestly, Sule sold most of the World Cup
Yeah,
for them.
that's right.
Yeah, it's not just Sule though. It's not just Sule.
You know who's really up?
Neuer made a lot of big mistakes this World Cup.
Yeah.
A lot of big mistakes, which really disappointed me. And you guys
You know
think
who's
it's his
really
last
up?
World Cup? Sorry, go ahead.
You know who's really up? Tony Cruz. Because if Tony Cruz is in this team, they're going through. I'll tell you guys that for free. You guys remember when he hit that free kick?
I don't think so.
The pro club's S free kick where
on the corner,
the
right?
guy lays it off.
Yeah.
Tony Cruz is a winner. He's not letting this happen. He wasn't in the squad, and he did not retire yet, so he just wasn't chosen. And this happens.
I don't think it was that. No, he did. He wasn't. It wasn't because he wasn't chosen. He chose not to play. He chose to retire from.
He did not retire. He did not retire.
I researched this not too long ago. I don't have the full quotes in front of me right now, but he chose not to play, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what the whole situation is.
I think one big thing that Germany should have scrapped after game 2 was Mueller as striker. He was anonymous. I don't know why he kept on striker. He should have had that guy that just got promoted from whatever the second division. No. Right? He should have been starting for. He should have been starting for them because he came on. He scored a goal. They at least have a target man. Like Mueller starting striker is not the solution.
Not Havertz?
Oh, I would personally take Havertz. But I'm saying if you're not going to do Havertz, because Havertz game 1 was they put him in first game. They didn't like him there, so he took him out. He put Mueller in. Take him out, put the other guy.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying. Havertz, by the way, Havertz came in, was the best player, man of the match. He was man of the match.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. I swear to God.
Musiala was man of the match.
Havertz got man of the match.
You just see the picture.
Havertz got it. Musiala was man of the match.
Ace, you're moving crazy. Just give his flowers, bro. Just give his flowers,
We just said Musiala was man of the... Yeah, no. Shout out to him. 2 big goals. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. You guys are already out.
What?
That's how I feel.
The thing is, it was close, right? Like if Spain didn't lose, Spain lost or drew? I'm forgetting now.
If Spain beat Japan, they would have been through. But because Spain lost, they weren't through.
Exactly. Nah, but it's just whole thing is crazy. But I think we got to move on to Belgium, boys. Quickly, we got to bring it up.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I don't even know where to start.
Nah, I got a question. Muadh.
Yeah.
Fuck with your guy, bro. Now that they got bounced, how do you feel about him saying that the team's old? You think that's the quality of leadership or stupidity?
I think there's a time and place for everything, and his timing was very, very bad. When he said it, like, you're not supposed to say that right then. You're supposed to say that after, maybe, but like while they're playing, it's demoralizing, you know what I'm saying? And then I forgot who it was, but he had a clapback like the next game after
for Tongan.
Yeah, like you're just ruining the locker room. Like you're hearing a knock like once every 4 years. This is pretty much your last World Cup for a lot of them. You just got to play it out, see what's happening.
Yeah,
I think we need to target the real criminal though.
No,
there's only one real criminal.
Roberto Martinez. Get him out of here.
No,
Lukaku. Lukaku is a criminal.
Scapegoat, bro.
That guy should be arrested.
Scapegoat. The guy is playing unfit. He rushed in back to the squad.
He missed 4 open nets.
Yeah, but he was rushed. Let's be honest. He was not fully fit.
I don't care, man.
He was not fully fit to play.
The chances
he compared himself to the best players in the world.
I understand, but he's not fully fit. You can't play a fully fit player like that.
Bro, you're on the bench. Why are you there?
Then don't.
You're on the bench. Why are you there? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna judge a player for the team's performances off one player who's not fully fit.
We know that. Martinez is terrible. We all know that. I think he's one of the worst coaches. Lukaku hates him. Let me be very clear.
I don't think so.
Yes, he does. When they were being coached at Everton, and he got fired. Then at Belgium, the news broke that Martinez was going to coach the Belgium team, and Lukaku's live reaction when he found out was like anger and confusion.
I think Lukaku was going to quit until Henry showed up as an assistant or something.
Yeah, he hates Martinez, but Lukaku, you're a criminal for that game.
No, the one that hit him in the stomach, that one's despicable.
That
one he should have put away.
Not there.
Yeah, but again, he's not fully fit. That's not fair. I don't think that's
4 chances, bro. 4 chances is crazy.
I get that, but he's not fully fit. Like, you can't judge one player of a whole tournament for a whole team that's been poor for one guy.
Yeah, that's a question. If he's not fully fit, why is he on the squad?
That's the coach's decision, not mine. I'm not the coach of Belgium. I wouldn't have played him if he's not fully fit.
All he had to do was convert one of those chances and they're through. Just one.
I get that.
And this whole conversation would have been stalled
in like 3 months. He hasn't played football in like 3 months, bro.
Yeah, but he's doing training. He's doing training every day.
Yeah, but it's different when you play in the games, the big games, and especially an important game like this. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, fair enough. He missed those chances. That's poor. But you just talk as a team as a whole, not one guy. Don't scapegoat that one dude. got to talk about Kevin De Bruyne. You got to talk about Thorgan Hazard.
Right.
You got to talk about
You're
Tielemans.
right.
You got to talk about Witzel. You got to talk about Vertonghen. Not just one guy.
You're right.
And that's
You're
what
right.
everyone is
talk
doing right
about
now.
I talk about KDB
No,
every
yeah.
week, man.
No,
No,
Arf's
but
right.
in
Arf's right.
general,
You can't leave it
everybody's
to the
just
last
talking about
moment.
Lukaku and judge, like literally blaming the World Cup on him.
He
which is
did
not
this
fair.
to himself. He called
No,
himself one of the
no.
best players in the world. What are you talking about?
Arf has a point. Arf has a point. You can't just say Lukaku for the last 15 minutes of the game when they lost to, or they drew with Croatia, I believe, right? They lost to Croatia, right?
Yeah, what about the Morocco game?
And
Like,
the Morocco game. So like
Yeah.
you can't blame both games on him. You have to talk about the team as a whole, and he wasn't a big part of the team as a whole. I hear that.
Yeah.
However, it was a terrible performance, man.
I agree. I 100% agree. But it's just don't. Let's be fair. Let's
He's not the
I don't know
reason
why
that
I'm
they
defending
are out.
Lukaku. I don't
Yeah.
rate him like
No, I
that.
hear that.
You know,
It's
but
not the reason that they're out.
I think I'm the most fair person there is.
He's not the reason that
Yeah.
they're out, but he could have been the reason that they stayed in, and he had many chances to change that. That's what I'm getting at.
But then
Great
he's the
show.
chances.
Great
But then-
show.
Okay, but then you make the same argument. Then you could say in the Euros when Rashford comes in, misses the penalty, he could have been the reason they won.
Facts.
So
Yeah,
should you
that's
lambast
true.
Rashford?
That's true. But Rashford didn't
PK's
have
is
4
different,
chances.
though.
Rashford didn't have 4
PK's
chances.
is different though.
It doesn't matter.
Penalty
Should
kicks-
you lambast if you're going to lambast
Oh.
Rashford? Then you should lambast Lukaku. Now you can say he played terrible, but you can't say it's his fault they're out.
No,
Oh, I never said that. Yeah, I'm
over
not saying
3
that.
in chances is different than 0 for 1 in pens. Pens
It
always
is,
a
it
coin
is,
flip.
but they should have never been in that position.
Yeah, but well, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about. We know all that. Let's move past that. Lukaku, you're a criminal.
Yeah,
Wait, so-
but then
That's what I'm saying.
So is KDB, right?
I say that every week.
Fair enough. I'm just
I
saying in
say
general.
that
I'm saying
every
in
single
general.
week, and you guys yell
I'm
at
saying in
me.
general. I'm saying in general.
Well,
I'm
not
not talking
you.
about you particularly. I'm saying in general. KDB, Carrasco, Witzel,
Everyone.
Vertonghen.
Tongan, Alderweireld, even Courtois.
Courtois. Courtois had a good World Cup. I'm not going to hold
Disagree.
him. He had a good World Cup.
Disagree.
I think he made some crucial saves, especially against Canada and stuff. I think he can hold his head up that he had a decent World Cup.
I think
Kinda
Courtois is
give
gonna
him-
be like the best Belgian player ever, or he might be.
Damn. He might be the LeBron, is what you say?
No, but I honestly think Courtois is a generational keeper. He's like 1 in a million.
No, I think Neuer is. I don't think Courtois is in that bracket.
I think
No,
what?
Yeah, no,
Courtois is
he's
definitely in that bracket.
he's
They
not.
both could be in the bracket.
Definitely, huh?
I mean, they can both be in the
Nah,
bracket.
like if you're talking like generational, like type of great keepers, I think
Okay,
there's
it's
better
them
ones
two.
before Courtois.
Okay, it's them two. Who was better than Courtois? Who?
In this generation?
Keylor Navas was good.
Are you kidding me?
No, now
Keylor
that's
Navas
crazy.
was
That
really
is
good.
I'm the
crazy.
biggest
That's
novice
crazy.
fan.
Four
Don't ever
Champions
say
League?
that.
4 Champions League? Come on, bro.
I think
I could say
comparing-
Allison too.
Comparing Neuer and Courtois makes no sense. Neuer was before him. Neuer changed the game. That's a different, he's a different caliber of player, and he's definitely obviously one of the greatest of all time. Whereas Courtois is one of the greatest of this generation. You'd say Allison's there for sure. Maybe that's it. Honestly,
That's it. And I
Probably.
think Courtois is better than Allison.
you could have the argument or whatever, but I'm just saying from this generation of players, like in the last 5 to 10 years, I think they're the 2 players from these 5 years that you'd be like, oh yeah, they're the greatest.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Courtois had a lot of shaky moments in his career.
No.
Like more than
before,
you know.
yeah. Before,
I mean,
yeah.
most keepers have.
Started Madrid, Chelsea, a little bit at the end. It's been up and down for him. And
Oh,
right
but
now, even for Madrid, it's a little
that's
shaky.
keepers.
So you're talking about the same
Neuer's
time
had-
period then?
No, even Neuer's had a shaky
Yeah.
period, right? If you knew that, Neuer's had a season where it was terrible.
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
when he was
more
coming back from
now.
injury.
More now with Neuer, not before.
So 2 periods then.
yeah.
What do we do it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But Belgium is disgusting.
Disappointing.
Man. Yeah, very disgusting.
I might be biased. I only can see from that team Courtois and Eden Hazard being like, I didn't have a bad World Cup. That's it.
Bro, and even I think if they finish at least second on the group, they would have had like a somewhat decent chance to make it like push for a semis and stuff, you know? They'd have to face like Switzerland, I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I'm not too sure.
No,
what the
they're
bracket, but
Japan, because I think Croatia came second, right?
Croatia came second. I'm looking at it now. Japan's facing
They
Croatia
beat-
first round. Oh, sorry, they would
Yeah.
face Brazil. Never mind.
Yeah.
If
Regardless,
Brazil
either
gets
way,
second,
I think circling back, KDB had a stinky comment. I think that ruins the morale of the team.
yeah,
And that's what they're at.
yeah.
Golden generation's done. They're finished. No more.
GG's. Alas, man. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, let's end it off there. Thank you everyone for listening. Muadh, thank you so much for coming on the episode. Wallah, we appreciate you. We appreciate all the videos you did for us. Wallah, we didn't even ask this guy.
sir.
He literally did it out of the love for you.
Jeff Shreves was a crazy show. Oh,
That's
man.
crazy,
The
bro.
Jeff Shreves
That
clip
blew
is-
my mind.
For real.
You know how happy I was hearing it? It was crazy.
Nah.
Bro, I knew when I
Yeah,
got that
I
you guys
almost
would go
fainted.
crazy still.
Nah, bro. I feel like going back to when I was a kid, just hearing his voice commentating.
Yeah, bro. The guy's voice from FIFA. He said 11 on 11 and cheers in the same sentence. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you again.
Cheers, Jeff.
No? Cheers, Jeff, right? Cheers, Jeff. All right, we'll see you all next week. Take care. Peace.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Easy.